I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yahanna presents the official itinerary for the 57th Annual Lord's Passover. Kickoff. Wednesday, April 1st, the lamb slaughter from 11 a.m. Followed by fun and games, basketball, 3-point shootout. Can you hit the target in the archery competition? Then let's gather together ourselves and eat some lamb. Later that night, the dopest podcasts, the Round Table of Truth, Cross the Line Radio, and Let a Hebrew Speak. All going down from 8 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd, the annual Kiddies Party. It's all going down at Slick City Action Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Followed by Scripture Breakdown class from 7 p.m. with 12 Shield General Mahayim. Friday, April 3rd from 8 p.m. the all-black party. You know how we get down. It's all going down at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. we will be hosting a brunch. Then the moment we've been waiting for all year from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to ISUPK.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west.
Back row.
Send my bro a kite quick. Times of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that commissary hit before it run out. Riches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain riding on these whole rappers, my hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it do for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, they got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani. My wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on the face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tech, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed jump can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. The king, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart grip my bow tie. Waiting on the squab in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart grip my bow tie. Living in the squab in my whole life. My whole life.
Let's clap it up. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Baraka Thumb to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Allah Thumb Shem Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. I'm priest and officer of 500 Arawadya, Washington, D.C. zone. This is the I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We started out of 1 West, 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. We are not affiliated with any fake Israelite, Christian, Islamic, or Black Panther organization on the planet.
Right.
We do stand alone. We always have. We always will. Until Christ come back, this is what it's going to be. We don't care about what you have to say. We are here to teach our people and only our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, this right here in the Western Hemisphere, and we all over. We even in South Africa, if y'all didn't know that. We in South Africa too, but we not Hamites in South Africa.
Right.
We are the nation of Israel. We in the UK, and we all over, all right? Scriptures say that we were scattered amongst the 4 corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? But you flat earthers out there, that means the corners and the roundness of it, no matter how you want to spin it, all right? So we there. We are there too. So what we gonna get in tonight? I got priest and officer of 5,000 newly raised up. My outer one, Officer Bakwasha, with my hand. That's right. Well deserved. And what we gonna get into tonight is we're gonna deal with a lot of thievery that goes on tonight. We're gonna get into this stolen legacy. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the black farmers. You know, anytime you got that term, the black farmers, it always is going to tie in to, you know what I'm saying, our other brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, that's over here as well. But we mainly going to focus on the black farmers, you know what I'm saying, because it's just so, the atrocity of it and the thievery of it is just so grand, it's ridiculous, you know. It's another day, you know what I'm saying, in the belly of the beast, in hell, you know. Elam, Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, Esau, all of them going to war right now. You know what I'm saying? They getting ready to get it in. They already getting it in right now in Iran. Yeah. All you got to do is just stay out of there. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of their way, especially Esau. You know what I'm saying? He got but a short time. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, he got but a short time on this planet, man. That's how you know it's the end of the planet, because the wicked is in rule. You know what I'm saying? And nobody is rejoicing right now except one nation. You know what I'm saying? That one nation is rejoicing, we just got to get all of us to rejoice. You know what I'm saying? As much as we can. We're going to do the work. But if we could, sir, we can go into number one. Start off at number one.
All right.
So,
this is the 1 million black families in South have lost their farms.
Yes, sir.
Black owners in the South have lost 12 million acres of farmland over the past century, mostly from the 1950s onward. The Atlantic reports that 1 million black families have been ripped from their farms in a war waged by deed of title and propelled by white racism and local white power. The disposition of 98% of black agricultural landowners in America is part of our history of racial injustice that is hugely important but mostly overlooked. First, rich farmland in the South, especially along the Mississippi River, was taken from Native Americans by force. It was cleared, irrigated, planted, and reaped by enslaved Africans who came to own part of it after emancipation.
Okay, so we can stop right there. So this article said that the land was taken by force from the Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, it say along the Mississippi River was taken from the Native Americans by force, and it was cleared out, and enslaved Africans basically, you know what I'm saying, healed the land, you know what I'm saying, or worked the land, which is a lie. Okay. First of all, most Africans that came over here were on planes. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't the ones that went into slavery. And just before that, like, yes, it was taken, you know what I'm saying, from the North American Indians, First Nation people. But at the same time, there were wars that were fought here, you know what I'm saying, over the land. It wasn't just I come in, the Esau just came in and just grabbed them up and be like, look, we got you. Get off. Now it's ours. Thank you. Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for giving us your land. Nah, man. It was through warfare. There's a lot of blood that was shed to get this land right here that we stand on right now. You know what I'm saying? And it say the enslaved Africans. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Africans did not do anything with this land. You know, they barely do anything with the land over there where they're at, because you see a lot of deserted land. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of. I think it might be more trees now in the Sahara in certain places than it is in certain places in, you know, on the Ivory Coast. I mean, of course, there's trees there, but they don't do nothing with the land. You know what I'm saying? They of course they go in wherever the jungle area is. They go in there and they get, you know, they get certain things, but they don't run the land. You know what I'm saying? They don't run the land. And at the same time, Esau, he hates us, so he has to take this land. He cannot stand black farmers. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't stand the Native American farmers. Definitely can't stand I.S.U.P.K. That's proven the show right now.
Right.
Okay. So, like, you want to say something?
No, I'm saying you're right. Exactly.
Like he can't stand I.S.U.P.K. right now. We can clearly see that, because at the same time he wants to, or he is deporting a lot of our I.S.U.P.K brothers and sisters, and they are the main ones that work the land over here, and a couple of our, you know, other Central American brothers and sisters. But at the same time, you got a big help wanted sign up. You know what I'm saying? Because you need the work, you need the workers, and you need help. But you want to say that you keep using your agency, you know, your personal army, ICE, you know what I'm saying, to deport, you know what I'm saying, our people. So how much help do you want? You need us. You can't survive without us. You know what I'm saying? The white man is the devil, man, that the Bible speaks of. He could never survive without us. I mean, never. You know what I'm saying? You leave him alone, and him alone by himself, man, he probably eat up the whole family. You know what I'm saying? And then he might just start chewing on himself. He eat himself away, literally, you know, out of existence. You know what I'm saying? He might even dig inside of himself. And I don't want to get too graphic though, you know. If we can keep going, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. 1 second. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, there were 25,000 black farm operators in 1920, an increase of almost 20% from 1900.
So like you said,
The Atlantic,
1910.
1910. Increase of almost 20% from 1900. The Atlantic's report focus on black farmland in Mississippi, which totaled 2.2 million acres in 1910, about 14% of all black-owned agricultural land in the country, and the most of any state.
In the most of any state, Mississippi was thriving with that good soil. You know what I'm saying? It still is. You know, Mississippi, Alabama. You know, there was a lot of crops that was grown down there. You know what I'm saying? It still is. You know what I'm saying? That's where they got that land. You know what I'm saying? They got that to the heart. Used it. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, they always use our people. You know what I'm saying? The tribe of Judah. They definitely use the tribe of Judah. You know what I'm saying? In the farming lands here on the you know, east of the Mississippi, a little bit west of the Mississippi as well. You know what I'm saying? When the years came down, they definitely utilized them to do that. You know what I'm saying? Slavery work. That wasn't a job. You know what I'm saying? That was straight up slavery, no pay. You know what I'm saying? Their kingdom rise up, because everywhere we at, of course, we always make the kingdom come to light. You know what I'm saying? They never developed their own kingdom for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have Israelites in captivity in order for your, you know, society to run properly. We taught you everything. You know what I'm saying? And you come over here and then you just, you know what I'm saying? You criminalize us, you know what I'm saying, eventually for what you made us do. You know what I'm saying? You look down upon us. So you got all these black farmers that's here, 2.2 million acres. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 2.2 million, and you just snatched all that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into more of that. Keep reading, Sir Salaki.
Absolutely. Later, through a variety of means, sometimes legal, often coercive, in many cases legal and coercive, occasionally violent, farmland owned by black people came into the hands of white people. It was aggregated into larger holdings, then aggregated again, eventually attracting the interests of Wall Street. Starting with New Deal agencies in 1937, federal agencies whose white administrators often ignored or targeted poor black people, denying them loans and giving sharecropping work to white people, became the safety net, price setter, chief investor, and sole regulator for most of the farm economy and of the farm economy in place like the Delta. And small farms failed, large plantations grew into huge industrial mega farms with enormous power and agricultural policy.
Yeah, they basically desecrated, you know what I'm saying, minimized and just got done away with what a lot of small black farmers, you know what I'm saying, was doing. They say small black farmers, you know what I'm saying, but it's a lot of land down in Mississippi and Alabama and Georgia, you know what I'm saying? So who knows how much their numbers are all. If Esau say, you know what I'm saying, this, you might as well just bump it up at least another million, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, to that effect, you know, but and it wasn't just there neither, you know what I'm saying? We was, you know what I'm saying, working the land all over this place. Wherever the land could be worked at. Like if you look today, like out in the Midwest, I think it looked like, if you look at the map, you can see it in the Midwest and then going towards the west before you start to hit, you know what I'm saying, the mountains. You can see how the land is just getting barren, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's as if they work the land too much, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but in the scriptures, you're supposed to let the land breathe for, you know, at least 7 years, you know?
Right.
Leave the land alone. Give it time to, you know what I'm saying, heal itself and come back, you know what I'm saying? Because you just got finished working it, you know? Just like if you was to work so many hours a day. You need a break so you can recharge and then come back and do the rest of your work.
Right.
You know, or you need a day off or 2 days off or vacation or, you know, so have you, you know. But this, you know, saying we in Esau's kingdom, so there is no basically taking days off. You know what I'm saying? You, of course, you're gonna get a day off, but in actuality, you really don't have a day off because this is not our rest. We in captivity right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Salagi, sir, if you can drop that right quick, and we can go, because it was talking about this, you know, the sharecroppers, right? So if we can hit number 3. Now,
yeah,
number,
gotcha.
the water. And this basically, you know, like these people, you know what I'm saying, Esau, he can't stand us, man. Like there is no good within him. You know, what the Most High made crooked, you know what I'm saying, we can't correct it, you know. So him taking the land over here from farmers, just feeding their family and doing business, you know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, we were segregated at one point in time, so we was doing business amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to do business with them, you know. But of course, through the civil, you got your southern, you know what I'm saying, congregation that came through, hijacked another movement, and they rose up to the, you know what I'm saying, the heights of, well, let me screw my people over. You know what I'm saying? Esau picked, specially selected these certain people to screw their own people over, you know, such as you know, MLK, you know, Jesse J. You know, you got Al Sharpie, you know what I'm saying, Reverend Rat, you know what I'm saying? That was posted one time. I'm not making that up, Reverend Rat, you know what I'm saying? That was posted one time on the New York Post a couple of years ago. You know, they called him Reverend Rat because he was tied in with, you know what I'm saying, mobsters and a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, just a mess. You know what I'm saying? But these are the people, these are not the only people, you know what I'm saying, but those are just the, you know, some of the most prominent figures that so-called lead our people, you know. And because of that, we lost these farms, you know what I'm saying, because of people like MLK. So like, you can play that, sir.
On the eve of the House Judiciary Committee's hearing on legislation related to paying reparations for slavery, the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, voicing his opposition to the concept in one of his strongest statements to date. The man who urged his fellow Republicans to make Barack Obama a one-term president, among other things, saying this.
Yeah, I don't think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago, for whom none of us currently living are responsible, is a good idea. We've, you know, tried to deal with our original sin of slavery by fighting a civil war, by passing landmark civil rights legislation. We've elected an African-American president. I think we're always a work in progress in this country, but no one currently alive was responsible for that.
Let's bring in Ben Newkirk, a staff.
I'm bringing that up. Forget the reparations part because they're not going to pay us. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing that. I'm bringing that up to say that he said it's been over what 150 years now from slavery. Basically, he's saying, you know what I'm saying, forget our people. You know, why should we have to do anything dealing with slavery? You know what I'm saying? Like reparations, of course, that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Don't expect no money, no big time money from Esau when he still got you in captivity. You know what I'm saying? That's like asking your kidnapper, you know, what to do now. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he gonna keep you there. He gonna keep you in subjugation as long as he can. You know what I'm saying? That right there, Mitch McConnell, you know, senator. He's a senator from the state of Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Big time white supremacist, big time racist. He can't even stand up most of the time. He falling everywhere he go. You know what I'm saying? He in the dome, he in the Capitol. You know what I'm saying? Up on Capitol Hill, he falling out. They got to pick him up. His legs is giving out on him. You know what I'm saying? His knees is weak, shaky legs, you know, like noodles. You know what I'm saying? Things like this, you know, what he said about slavery, you know what I'm saying? Basically he's saying, why should we have to do anything that's been over 150 years now? You know what I'm saying? Your ancestors having farmland, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Who cares about your farmland? And only way we got the farmland is because the slave owners, you know, so when they so-called set us free, you know what I'm saying? They basically rented out the land to their slaves. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, yeah, you can stay here, but you gotta pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Like, if I could,
yeah.
I'm not sure if you're gonna bring this up, but have you heard about I don't, like I said, I don't want to step on your toes, but you heard about, you know, the crisis that's going on right now and their solution for the farm workers. Have you
As
heard
far as
about that?
the black farm workers?
Not for the basically white farmers. They're saying that since immigration, you know, came and took all their you know, laborers, you know, it's faulted, and the U.S. had a policy where they were promising the farmers full U.S. You know, fully U.S. workers, and they said they had a number of about 430,000, you know, workers. Only 168 of them
Wow.
were actually, you know, working. You know what I'm saying? So now the farmers are going back to, you know, the Trump administration saying, hey, you know, we're about to go bankrupt. You took all of our labor. So now they're pulling up, drawing up some legislation where they're offering migrant visas, you know what I'm saying, to come back and work. Now with that, there's certain restrictions. They're cutting their pay. That's number one. They're definitely cutting their pay. They can only stay here for X amount of time, and they have to stay at housing owned by the farmers.
Wow.
Just
Slave
what you were
quarters.
saying.
Slave quarters. That's what that's
Exactly. Exactly.
Damn. See? That's the devil for you right there. The water, sir.
Yep.
That's straight up the devil for you all day. You know what? Can you, Salaga, sir, can you go to number 4 and read that?
Absolutely.
Please, sir. Barbara Shaw. This is still, family, this is still dealing with this diabolical Edomite right here, Senator Mitch McConnell. Now he said, remember, he said, you know, it's basically been 150 years or more, you know what I'm saying? And he was talking about reparations, but just X out the reparations part and just tune in on what he said about slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, why should they have to, you know, nobody alive, he said nobody alive today did anything dealing with slavery, you know what I'm saying, as far as his people. But if you could read number 4.
Absolutely. Yes, genealogical research and census records have shown that at least 2 of Senator Mitch McConnell's great-great-grandfathers owned slaves in Alabama during the 1800s.
There you go.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
No, you continue, sir.
I was just reading it together. These ancestors held at least 14 slaves before the Civil War. McConnell has acknowledged this history, noting his descent descent from slaveholders.
So Senator Mitch McConnell, you know what I'm saying, he comes from generational wealth, you know what I'm saying, as far as having slaves, you know what I'm saying. His great-great-grandfather, and I'm sure it's probably further back than that as well. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 more, maybe 3 more. But you know, like no wonder he said what he said. You know what I'm saying? Why should he care anyway? You know what I'm saying? He's the damn devil. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of our people, we gotta get out of that habit of thinking that white people care for you. You know what I'm saying? Or when you have reached a certain status, you know what I'm saying, in his workforce, that, well, you ain't like the other ones, and he might look at you different, and he don't. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, he can see the selloutism, you know what I'm saying, in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it doesn't do you any justice, you know what I'm saying, to sit up here and, you know, be something that you're not, be somebody that you never was. Don't try to appeal to the white man, you know what I'm saying, and make sure his kingdom keeps alive. You need to come back to your people, come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Get in this school, get in this one body. You know what I'm saying? This is one body right here. It doesn't exist nowhere else. It definitely don't exist, you know what I'm saying, with the fake Israelites out there, the purple gang, you know what I'm saying, and all the other people, you know what I'm saying, who like to insert objects within their body. You know what I'm saying?
Making things disappear.
Exactly, sir. It doesn't exist there. You know what I'm saying? The truth is right here with One West. You know what I'm saying? Only the UPK got the truth.
Right.
And that is worldwide. I mean, literally on the whole entire planet Earth, inside the Earth and above the Earth. You know what I'm saying? Only us. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, sir. We can Salaki. We can go to number 2, sir. Get a look at number 2. While Ottawa is getting that, look, if you haven't done so, like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying, to the channel. You know what I'm saying? We got the Passover coming up. Make sure y'all get y'all money in. It's $200, 17 and above. You know, we in Houston, Texas this year. We back in Houston, Texas.
Right.
Okay? B&H Ranch. I believe it's black owned too. I believe that ranch is owned. You know what I'm saying? That's funny because we going into black farmers today. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be on a 57th annual Passover. We're going to be on a black ranch. You know what I'm saying? So, how you like that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a lot, sir.
No sweat. How USDA distorted data to conceal decades of discrimination against black farmers. An investigation by the counter found USDA promoted misleading data to depict a fictional renaissance in black farming. That narrative falsely inflated the department's record on civil rights and ultimately cost black farmers land, money, and agency.
So, like I said, if you can skip down to the next paragraph, not the one beneath it, not the editor's note, but the very next one.
Okay. Critics of reparations contended that the U.S. government paid its debt to black Americans long ago, if not during emancipation, then more recently. I don't think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago, for whom none of us are currently living, are responsible is a good idea. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell told reporters one day before the hearing. We've tried to deal with our original sin of slavery by fighting a civil war, by passing landmark civil rights legislations. We elect an African-American president.
Hold on, Salakis. Like that's what he said in the video. Like, see, Israel, I'm showing you the slap and the smack in the face that these people have for you. You know what I'm saying? Like he said it with such, you know what I'm saying, less, you know, he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, we elected an African-American president. First of all, family, Barack Obama is not our people. You know what I'm saying? He's a stinking Hamite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They care less or care none about you. You know what I'm saying? For the life of me, I don't even know how Michelle Obama got with this heathen. You know what I'm saying? But you know that preacher that we always laugh at, Pastor Manning up in Harlem.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, see, he used to always call him. I mean, since Barack, before he even became president, I found out about him. I don't even remember how. And he always used to always call Barack Obama the long-legged Mac Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he would always, you know, he would say that, but yet he had so much, you know what I'm saying? He had nothing good to say about Barack Obama. And that's how I took a liking to him as far as what he was saying about the heathen. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't like neither one of them. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I like to hear things about heathens. You know what I'm saying? That I agree with. It's a very enjoying feeling. You know what I'm saying? I do it myself. You know. But at the same time, well, you know, we just showing you. You know, that's just you know, a small snippet of what these senators and these, you know what I'm saying, people who be inside the congressional hearings and passing laws and, you know what I'm saying, all these type of things that's going on Capitol Hill. You know, this is how they feel about you, Israel. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of us had family members, uncles, great uncles, great uncles, grandfathers, you know what I'm saying, that were black farmers. You know what I'm saying? I know my great grandfather was, you know what I'm saying? And his, you know, we still got some land, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know how it's still there, but hey, we still got it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they always snatching our land up, man. You are not to grow your own crops and feed your own family of nutrients. You are supposed to go to the local corner, you know what I'm saying? You got to go in the carry out, or, you know what I'm saying, the average bodega, you know what I'm saying? You get a couple of things that you need and you go home, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be self-sustaining yourself, you know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be doing that. That's why we got food deserts in our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have black farmers like that no more. And the very little that we do have, we don't really see no benefit from that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We see no benefit from that unless you know them personally and you right around that area that they have a couple of acres at, and you literally are getting what they have to provide straight up off the farm. Other than that, nah, you ain't seeing that. You just hear about it. You know what I'm saying? So we can go to the next. We can go jump down to number. What is that? Number 5.
Hold on, but I just wanted to bring something out. Just how the way you were saying, you know, they claim that they you know, that there's nobody alive that has anything to do with you know, slavery. So we should basically just move on, just like you say, you know, forget us. But they gave reparations and a formal apology to the Japanese of, you know, internment camps, right?
Yes, sir.
Now they gave that they gave them 20,000. It was a Civil Liberties Act of 1988. Now that happened during World War II. It took them up to 1988 to actually pass this law and give out, you know, reparations, quote unquote, reparations or an apology, payments, right? And just like the way you said, you know, we shouldn't be worried about the payment. It's just showing the hypocrisy of Esau when he deals with other heathens and when he deals with the Lord's chosen people.
Right.
So they issued out a formal apology and gave the money, but they only gave the money to the people who survived. So anybody who died, you know, leading up to 1988. They didn't get any money. Their descendants didn't get any money. They specifically only gave it to people who survived. Now, why am I bringing that out? Because the U.S. is still, to this day, paying reparations to the state of Israel when they did not intern them. You know what I'm saying? The U.S., as a matter of fact, freed them from their internment camps, and they're still paying billions of dollars every single year to the state of Israel.
Just dumping money off.
Exactly, just dumping money. So when they look at us, they see nothing. We're still 3/5 of a man according to the U.S. Constitution. You know what I'm saying? But when you have the people who are pretending to be us, while the U.S. did not have a physical hand in interning them over there, they are still giving reparations. Decades, 70 was about 80 years, 90 years later. Decades later, every single year they're giving them billions and billions of dollars, and now they're even, you know, fighting wars for them right now.
I mean, the state of Israel is just, you know, it's the biggest imposterous nation on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, or the state. You know, all those people there that claim that they say that they Jewish. You know what I'm saying? All their ancestors are from Europe. You know, Germany, Poland, you know what I'm saying? Right in that area right there. Like all of them.
Speaking of which, I've found out that not to cut in on your class, Slaki, but you know, Netanyahu, you know, the president of Israel,
right?
You know, whenever I heard him, I always thought like, hey, why does he sound like that? He sounds, you know, He just sounded different. I couldn't understand. I couldn't put my name on it, my finger on it. And basically what I'm saying is he didn't have like an accent when I heard him speaking in English. You know what I mean?
Right.
He did not have an accent. He just sounded like an American. Did you know he graduated high school in Philly?
Yep. I was just about to say that.
He graduated high school in Philly under some Polish name. Right. And then changed his name to Benjamin Netanyahu.
He's from here.
Yeah. Yeah. His father immigrated from Poland.
Right.
And he grew up here.
Right. Straight from
How
here.
about that?
He sounds like any other white man. You know what I'm saying? It's this town, sidebar, you know what I'm saying? If I could, it's this town up in New Jersey. I forgot the name of it, but they took over the town, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, the Jewish population.
Yeah.
I mean, they took over the whole town. And they running everything, they got their kosher supermarkets, you know what I'm saying? Which one of the Edomites there, he's not part of their community, but he said this used to be a concrete, you know what I'm saying, dump, whatever, all the trucks used to be lined up right here. They wiped all that out, made a parking lot, put up a kosher supermarket, couple of other, it almost looked like a strip mall, you know what I'm saying? And,
Lakewood.
Yeah. They completely took over that place. They used their houses as public worshiping places, which the residents who are not a part of their community, they're complaining because when the traffic come in, by doing that, the residential traffic increases, you know what I'm saying? And they just got people just parking everywhere, and the residents who live in these single family homes, they have a hard time even getting in their driveways because these people are just parking everywhere. But they pray 3 times a day. You know what I'm saying? They don't work. I mean, they absolutely do not work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Most of them are on welfare. I don't know how you. This is the same thing with them Somalians. Like, how do you be on public assistance and you become a millionaire and they know you're a millionaire and you just rock it out? Like, you just, we're gonna get you the help that you need. As you're getting help, as you are becoming a millionaire, like, that'll never work with us. You know what I'm saying? Right. We can't even get $38,000. You know what I'm saying? You might get a part-time job and make $38,000 on public assistance, but you're not going to be able to have a business and make $38,000 and stay on public assistance. That's not happening with us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. They absolutely hate us in this kingdom, man. They hate our people. They cannot stand us. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And they have the mindset that they're supposed to get that.
Right.
You know, and we should be happy that they're working to give it to us.
Right. They literally, like what you said is so true. So, sir, like, they can't get it in their mind. Why do you have a problem with you working and your tax dollars going to what we need? Because they have up to 6 to 10 children. You know what I'm saying? And most that's what they promote. Have 6 to 10 kids. You know what I'm saying? All of them on welfare. They're getting everything. They're getting everything from the government they can possibly get and more. I believe this government pays them way more than they do. You know what I'm saying? The rednecks that's in the back hillsides in the ancestral towns that they live in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think they play those Ashkenazis, or all you gotta do is just you can convert to being Jewish. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even gotta be Polish or German or in that, just in that area right there. You might could be a Sicilian and be like, yeah, I'm Jewish. Yeah. So
I'm a Jewish over here.
Yeah. So we get down like that's Esau for you, man. That's Esau for you. The devil, man. He's the greatest deceiver that the planet has ever seen, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And with these white farmers, you know what I'm saying, that discriminated against our people, you know what I'm saying, eventually kicking them off the land, acquiring the land, building mega industrial farms, you know what I'm saying, that they can do all types of stuff with. That's probably where they started all that GMO thing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of fishing, we're going to get babies of the fish, and then we just going to let them grow up right here. You know what I'm saying? Then we can do whatever we want to do with them, make them bigger, make them smaller. You know, they do all types of stuff to the food. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if we can get number 5, sir.
Absolutely. I got you right here.
Yes, sir. This right here is going to show you, you know what I'm saying, that this is one of the greatest sellouts in history of our people right here. This is Luther, you know what I'm saying? This is MLK, you know what I'm saying? For a lot of people now, we don't condone anything and we don't stand with him or his followers. But this video right here is going to bring out what he was saying about what we're talking about right now as far as the white man, you know what I'm saying, and his farmers, you know what I'm saying, kicking our people off the land, you know what I'm saying, through discriminatory situations, actual unaliving of our people, you know what I'm saying, the unalivement of their animals, you know what I'm saying. This is how you drive a people out of there, like the Jewish man does when he goes to take over towns. He knock on your door and ask you, are you willing to sell your house? And you deny him so many times, like, I'm not willing to sell. Then you might be out somewhere. And he was like, yeah, so when are you leaving? You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is happening. But this is the cause of it right here, that Christian church. You know what I'm saying? This is one of their representatives right here. But this right here, you know what I'm saying? He made sense on this part right here. But at the same time, when he got to DC, none of this took place. If you can play it, sir.
Willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is a reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
Can you let it play one more time, sir?
Meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people.
He said, Luther said, they receiving millions of dollars not to farm. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Like, you bring these, as he said, you know what I'm saying? And of course, we say greater. But these white peasants over here, you know what I'm saying, from Europe, they giving them millions of dollars not to farm. They brought them over here. They let them come over here, and they was going to teach them how to farm. And then they just switched it up and just started giving them millions of dollars not to farm. You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? You know what I'm saying? That's Esau, you know what I'm saying, in cahoots with each other. You know what I'm saying? They connected, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to, you know what I'm saying, screwing over the nation of Israel, screwing over the blacks, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, you know what I'm saying? They stick together on that one. You know what I'm saying? They can't stand each other, but at the same time, when it comes to not, you know what I'm saying, doing, well, of course, they're not going to do it, but when it comes to screwing us over, yes, they stick together. You know what I'm saying? Yes, most definitely. You can keep playing, sir.
Telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with. And this is a reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we're coming to get our check.
Okay, you can end it right there, sir. MLK Luther, he said, when we come to Washington, you know what I'm saying, we coming to get our check. But when he came to D.C., you know what I'm saying, that was a different story, man. He came with that I have a dream speech, man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even write that, first of all. But it was trash anyway. He came with, you know what I'm saying, little black boys and white girls hold hands. You know, it was all about one, you know what I'm saying, that we are the world type talk, you know, which I despise. That's a despicable speech. You know what I'm saying? that I have a nightmare speech. You know what I'm saying? You're in the divided snakes of America, you know what I'm saying, talking, let's get together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's people like this that encourage black farmers to give up their farms, you know what I'm saying, to the average redneck, you know what I'm saying, as they call them, or the, you know what I'm saying, the average devil that for some reason he's able to walk in an upright position on 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? They should be walking around on all fours, just like some of their people over there in Turkey. You know what I'm saying? They can't even stand up properly. You know what I'm saying? They still walking around on all fours like they used to in the Caucasus Mountains of Europe, Georgia, Russia. You know what I'm saying? Over there. You know. If we can drop that, sir, we can go to number 6, please.
Absolutely.
These
go ahead.
Oh yes, these farms that our people have created, you know what I'm saying, coming up out of slavery. It didn't take them long to have this, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they acquired the land. Some of us already had some of the land as well, you know what I'm saying? But most of us, you know, we acquired the land throughout slavery, and you know what I'm saying, once slavery so-called ended, you know, that slave master, you know what I'm saying, if he left or he died, you know, he left his land to a lot of people. But at the same time, we was the ones that was working the land anyway when he was alive, you know what I'm saying? So it would just be rightful to give it up, you know. They could have gave us so much. Well, I ain't gonna say gave us to us, but you know, Esau should have did what he's supposed to do, man. But instead he didn't, and that's exactly why he's going into slavery, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Scripture say, those who lead those into captivity shall go into captivity. Those who kill with the sword shall be killed with the sword. You know what I'm saying? Unalive, Salakia. You know, like, you can't do what you want to do to the Lord's chosen people, man, and get away with it. Remember, family, the white man has never paid for his crimes. Africans have never paid for selling our people off the west coast of Africa. The Arabs have never paid like they should have, you know what I'm saying, for building, you know what I'm saying, the structures, the boats and everything. And they had us in captivity as well, you know what I'm saying, before the transatlantic slave trade. You know what I'm saying? But if you can get that, sir.
Absolutely. And I just want to point out, you know what I'm saying, when black people, you know, got farmland way back, you know, in the 1800s and 1900s, it wasn't, you know, the top quality, you know, the top choice farmland that they sold to us. You know what I'm saying? Right. A lot of times it wasn't the most chosen selectable farmland, but we did something with it. We turned it into something, just like now we turn nothing into something. And then once we actually got it, you know, did the hard work of clearing the land, a lot of times, you know, sometimes it was either, you know, marshy or you know, swampy or rocky and hilly, because you can't really plant in a place that's too wet. Can't plant in a place where it has a whole ton of rocks. We did the work to get those lands, you know, farmable. And then once we got it, you know, producing, here they come and take it away from us.
Right.
Or at least try to take away from us. And that's what they did, you know, in history. That's what they continue to do. You know what I'm saying? That just when I say something like that, you've heard of Melrose, right? In California?
Yeah, come. Yeah.
You know that that strip, I believe it's Melrose, or is Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills Strip.
Sunset
Boulevard. That's it. Yeah. It's like, I want to say, let's give it an even number, 20 blocks. I'm not sure if it's exactly 20 blocks, but 20 blocks of, high-end retail and all that stuff.
Right.
One black man owns about 18 of those blocks. And you know what that is, right?
One black man?
One black man. Yes.
Right now.
Right now. It's what's that singer's name? Oh man.
It's a singer?
Yeah, it's a singer. What's that dude say? Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Hello, is it me you're looking for? I'm not.
Help me out here, y'all.
Hold up.
I'm about to tell you.
I know he gotta be an older brother.
He was in American Idol as well.
Ruben Studdard?
No, he was a judge.
I don't think it was. Oh, he was a judge? What, Judge Joe Brown? Oh, you're talking about Judge Mathis?
No, Lionel Richie, that's his name.
Oh, Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie. He owns about 18 of those 20 blocks. He owns most of it, right?
Wow.
And he bought it, way back when it was nothing.
Right.
It wasn't a thing.
Right.
He bought it. He put them high-end shops in there. And guess who comes along trying to take it? At first they came with the sweet, talk like, hey, we'll pay you for this, and they was trying to undercut him. He was like, no, I'm gonna keep it. Then they came in and said, try to do all types of underhanded stuff, and they actually really just tried to take it, make up some sort of legal precedence. We're saying he bought or he got it illegally, and these Jewish people would take over it, but he kept immaculate records, and he had to prove in court that he actually owned all this real estate.
Right.
And it took him he had to go to court for like decades just to keep fighting from getting these people to leave him alone about his property.
It's like, so if I could, it sounded like he had to go to court for each block that he owned. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised. Be surprised.
Like, that's crazy. Lionel Richie. I never knew that.
Yeah, yeah. All that Sunset Boulevard, like I said, is like 20. I don't know how big the number is, but it's like 20 blocks. He owns 18 of those 20 blocks. Right. And the Jewish man has been trying to take it away from him for decades.
Right. Damn, I did not know that. I wanted it. So it's still a situation.
I think he settled it. When I say he settled it, he still owns it. He still owns it. But Esau being Esau, they ain't gonna quit. They can't take an L from a black man.
I mean, it's nothing for them to do what they usually do.
Right, exactly. Burn it all down and be like, hey, we'll give you a penny for it.
Or just do the worst. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but
I hear you.
Do the worst and yeah. Because who knows if his family is up on it? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he got legal representation, but that can be taken care of as well. Like, you're dealing with these, never underestimate the devil family. I'm telling you right now. You know what I'm saying? They over in Iran right now, getting it in.
Yeah, he has to spend millions of dollars just to prove he has it. He owns this property.
Right.
And legal fees. That's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
That's the strategy that they use. Let us drain his pockets, spending money on lawyers and attorneys and whatever representation, and to the point where when we get it all the way down, then he ain't gonna have no more money to fight legally, and then we just gonna come in there and just scoop it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because who gonna stop them? You know what I'm saying? There's nobody else over here to stop them from taking land. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can just call the military. If worse come to worse, they can just call these foot soldiers out here. You know what I'm saying? Arm them up, and that'll be it. Like, what you gonna do?
Exactly. I mean, that's what they do. That's what they have been doing. With the Native Americans. Right. They always do that.
Taking them out. you know. If I can get a scripture, sir, Baba Kashah.
Absolutely, what you need.
Started Zechariah 11:5. Zechariah 11:5. And so, like, saying to my brothers and sisters out there, man, saying so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, saying, never ever listen to Esau and think that he has your best interests, at mind, because he does not care. He will feed you all the lies that you need to hear to game you up like you're a green woman, like you some gullible woman, and just take everything, or I got him where I want him. Now it's time to extract, extract from him as much as possible until he just deflated like like a balloon go down from being big, the balloon just come like that. That's what he does to our people as far as our resources, we used to be very resourceful here, now we're not,
Right.
Sluggy, so go ahead.
No, I was saying young man Luis just brought me up, got me up to speed. He says Salaki said is Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills.
Rodeo Drive, no sweat. The water, mighty man. Thank you for that one. You know what I'm saying? And Rodeo, I mean, that's some serious real estate out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You seen, for you Edomites out there in LA, LA County and Orange County, you think, your property is such, is such, the heaven on earth, which this is your heaven. So that's why you need to enjoy it now. But you seen what the Most High, the God of Israel, the God of the Bible, you seen what he did to your real estate last year. You know what I'm saying? So you keep playing with us, you keep inflicting pain and harm and just keeping the oppression alive, and you turning it up, you're gonna see what your house gonna be made of, and you might not be able to get up out of that house when the fire is turned up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
4 burners on the stove, man. You can catch that for real. And
it's done by the Most High. We ain't doing nothing.
Yep. Etched in stone in our head everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's there.
Right.
What we got, sir? We got
this is Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
So whose possessors? You know what I'm saying? Who has us in possession? The white man, the devil. Esau. Biblical nationality of the white man is Esau. You know what I'm saying? The father of the Edomites. You know what I'm saying? For those who's not familiar with that term. You know what I'm saying? When you see the words Esau, E-S-A-U, and you see Edom, E-D-O-M, or Edomites, you know what I'm saying? That is the biblical nationality of what we will call today white people, even though they are not actually the color white. You know what I'm saying? They are red, like the scriptures describe them as in Genesis. But at the same time, for the sake of communication, we say the white man, okay? So they possess us, you know what I'm saying? And they slay us, and they do not hold themselves accountable or guilty of it. You've seen it time and time again, mainly by a lot of their foot soldiers over here, those police officers, you know what I'm saying? Those white supremacists, a gang within the gang of the police department, you know what I'm saying? And they got the tattoos and everything to prove it. A lot of them are ex-war veterans, which they wasn't really out there like that. Some of them were, but like General Muhammad say, you know what I'm saying? You're not tough, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going home. You have a boyfriend, first of all. You have a boyfriend. And you're beating your wife because of your boyfriend. You can't see him as much as you want to because you have a wife. You know what I'm saying? So, and thanks to the Most High, you know what I'm saying, you will be getting called to go over there and fight in Iran. Matter of fact, today, just found out they got Marines going on the ground over there.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. Cotton Khan. They got Marines going over there. So you getting called. These what the men above us, Commander General Yahanna, General Mahayaman, you know what I'm saying? They say it all the time. You're going to get called to go over there because you have snatched up our I.S.U.P.K, our / Mexican brothers and sisters, our Guatemalan brothers and sisters, Venezuelan, Hondurans, you know what I'm saying? All of our Central and South American brothers and sisters, because you have snatched them up off the streets over here, you going over there. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go over there and fight. Since you want to fight us here, we haven't done nothing to you, you're going to be called to go over there and fight. Now the Marines is on the ground. They're going to need more than the Marines. They're going to need y'all. They're going to need these ICE agents. Y'all the toughest. You know what I'm saying? You walk up in federal courthouses with your guns in the state of Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, get it on. You know what I'm saying?
No sweat. No sweat. Who's possessed to slay them and hold themselves not guilty? And they that sell them, and they that sell say they say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And for they are and their own shepherds pity them not.
Right. So that's like, you know what I'm saying? You got like the seller. You got the possessor, then you got the, then the seller. You know what I'm saying? Our people have sold us out as well. Like, they don't care about us. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like the Sadducees and Pharisees. Just like today, you know what I'm saying? You got these Christian preachers and pastors, people, you know what I'm saying, ridiculous so-called fake leaders who like to take their stance as if they are a leader in our community. People like Steve Harvey. How did he rise up in the fake ranks to speak for black people? I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? How does a comedian end up, you know what I'm saying, like a politician? You know what I'm saying? So these people are like paid actors, man. They're like paid, like they not really politicians. They like literal warmongers. You know, like somebody like Steve Harvey in the gang. You know, what's that preacher name that was advocating for Donald Trump in his first term? I think from Cleveland. His name is Darryl something. I forgot the brother's whole name, but he was a preacher. The look on his face, like he got a stuck mug on his face, like he just always pissed off, you know, at his people. Like, I can't believe you niggas didn't vote for Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? You remember how Pastor Manning was like, "What's wrong with you niggas? You niggas is crazy." You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I think that was another one.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Right,
but that was another dude. Manning was a one who voiced sound like this.
Right.
Bald-headed dude. But that other dude, that dude's even wilder than Manning. Right. I think both of them in Harlem, something like that.
Yeah. The one that was advocating for Donald Trump, I mean, he just diabolical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's no different from any other Christian pastor out here. But these are the people, you know what I'm saying, who can, they basically come in cahoots with Esau, you know what I'm saying, to sell us out. You know what I'm saying? Possessors that slay us and do not hold themselves guilty of it. That's done all the time, man. We get unalived in these streets by cops all the time. You know what I'm saying? And they don't hold themselves accountable, and neither does the court system. Neither does the court system, for the most part. I'd say about 96% of cops who kill so-called blacks and Latinos, you know what I'm saying, they are not getting charged with it, man. They make the public known that, yeah, he did it, you know what I'm saying? But he don't have his job. They get paid leave after blasting somebody, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if me and you are, I'm a plumber. Oh, yeah, Slagia, sir.
Nah, if I could, it was a case that I just seen. An ICE agent was found guilty. He wasn't really found guilty. He pleaded guilty, and he could face up to 15 years if he gets convicted, or he is convicted. But he can face up to 15 years for things that he did. Now, he was accused of essaying, you know, a detainee, right? He was accused of essaying a detainee over a period of time. And the way he got her to do it was her daughter was kidnapped as well in another facility, and he was like, I will get you some pictures, you know, so that you can see your daughter. And that's what he held over her head in order to SA her. And the only reason why we know about this is because another agent reported it. That's the only way we know about this.
Right.
Because if that agent would have kept quiet, and that's just one agent at a ICE facility, detention center.
Right.
It's just one. If no one has said anything, you know, we wouldn't have known this case. But how many other people are doing it?
Right.
And how many other people know about it and are not saying anything about it?
It's like, if I could, they probably got the same method that they do in the military. You know, a lot of women in general, not just our sisters, but just women too. You know what I'm saying? Because even their own devil women are subjected to the the brutality that goes on within Esau's military. How they, I mean, you served in Esau's military before, so the accounts and the stories that they have in Esau's military and on his police forces over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. They were, a lot of the, SAing that's going on. You know, who knows what they was doing in Alcatraz? You know, they probably was SAing those brothers too.
Yeah.
We don't know yet, but
you hear about about what's going on with alligator Alcatraz, the latest?
Nah, sir.
So there was a whole rush to put together alligator Alcatraz, right? The state of Florida footed the bill, and they were going to pay for it, and then they would get reimbursed from the federal government, right?
Right.
So they took money from like the emergency fund to build alligator Alcatraz, and then they was going to get reimbursed. Well, now the Trump administration is saying we're not paying for nothing.
Right.
So they just ate. It was something like $200 million that it cost to build it,
right,
and staffing and all that stuff. And it was under the impression that they was going to get reimbursed, but Trump was like, "Yeah, I ain't paying y'all nothing."
See?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Absolutely crazy.
That's most
can't even trust their own people.
Right. Most High in Christ, it backfired on them.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if we can get number 7.
Number 7, absolutely.
Okay. That's right, Israel. Look, y'all make sure, man, y'all tune in. You know what I'm saying? The Commander General Yahanna show. You know what I'm saying? 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock Central. No, Salakia, it should be 8 o'clock Central, and throughout the mountains, it should be 7, and then on the West Coast, 6. So y'all make sure y'all tune in every Monday night. You know what I'm saying? Black Watch. And Wednesday, Black Watch, hosted by Captain Mashak Mayum. You know what I'm saying? Under Commanding General Yahanna. You know what I'm saying? Commander General Yahanna.
Salaki, you go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say that, Commander General Yahanna, he definitely makes his presence on Wednesday night show as well. So always tune in Monday, Wednesday. Salaki.
No sweat. You called for number 6 and we didn't go over number 6 yet.
Oh, we didn't? Oh, Salaki,
no.
Okay.
Capital B is an article from is Black Colorado ranchers prevail after attempts to run them off the land. After years of facing discrimination and harassment, the Mallorys are pushing forward and fighting for change. Courtney C.W. and Nicole Mallory believed they had moved to greener pastures after being displaced by a hurricane. They moved to Yarda, Colorado, an unincorporated town where they could nurture their animals and grow food on their 1,000-acre ranch. So where you can grow food on that 1,000-acre ranch. What the married couple say they've encountered, however, nearly cost them their lives.
Right.
They face being doxxed and surveilled, as well as vandalism, and discovered the animals dead on their property. Guns were pointed at them. They were even charged with felony stalking, petty theft, and tampering with a meter, but the charges were later dropped by prosecutors.
See, these are the ranchers that's out there in Colorado. You know what I'm saying? This couple right here, brother and sister, and they animals. I remember this story months ago. You know what I'm saying? Last year, where they came outside and they just kept noticing the animals. You know what I'm saying? Being unalive. You know, I mean, they didn't physically see them being unalive, but they came out to dead animals. You know.
Mhm.
Then they work hard, you know what I'm saying, as farmers. Farming is not an easy job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? My pops, my biological pop, you know, he knows about farming, you know what I'm saying? Because he grew up doing it, you know, on our little bit of our land that we still have. And he was like, that's the hardest thing to do, you know what I'm saying? And you know, to come outside, that's your money as well when you're doing business with, you know.
Right.
That's your bread and butter, man. Like, and they coming out because white people don't want them there because they're black farmers. Black farmers, for some reason, just intimidates white people, man. It intimidates them. You having animals, you having crops, you having a certain amount of acres, they just cannot take that. Like, you have to leave. They have to illegally evict you. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about court systems or nothing like that, man. Like when you're dealing with Esau, as much as you can deal with the court system, of course, do it the right way. But never take out of your mind that he won't, you know what I'm saying, bully his way through, because you've seen what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? You've seen what happened in Rosewood. You've seen what happened in Central Park, New York. You've seen what happened in D.C. You've seen what happened in Georgia, which is now that area, Lake Lanier, which is a whole black town underneath there, under the water. You've seen what happened in, what's that, Miami, down there in Overton, I think they call it.
Overton, yeah.
Like, I mean, I can keep going on and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How many towns they just got out of the then highways that come through there. You don't even know that the town was right there because it's just all highway now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous, man. They've been gentrifying for a long time, man. Since back before 70 AD. You know what I'm saying? They've been gentrifying where we was at for a long time, thousands of years. You know, and you could drop this one, sir, and we can go straight to number 7 because it's gonna tie right in. It's going to tie right in. So like it's a barbecue shot.
No sweat. All right, let me go.
See, these Edomites, they could care less about your well-being, man. Like I said earlier, you know, you feeding you having self-sustenance. You know what I'm saying? If you are able to if we are able as a people to self-sustain ourselves and not need him, he gets threatened by that. You know what I'm saying? He gets so threatened. He's like, oh, you know, here they come again. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna have no repeat of Black Wall Street or anywhere else. You know, they can't have that. They scared to death, man. You know, they're not scared of you. They're not scared of our people. They just scared of what we can do to separate ourselves, which the Lord called for. Separate from these people. We are a holy people amongst the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Unto the Lord. Holy means to separate or to set apart. That's what the word holy means. So for all you Christian heads out there that likes to use the word holy loosely, the word H-O-L-Y, holy, means to separate or set apart. It does not mean we are the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Come up out of them Christian churches and come in this school right here. Salakia, sir.
So a black farmer or black farmers are turned away from the White House farmers meeting due to DEI. That's not the way it's supposed to work. But here it is.
But you know, when I tried to attend the president's farm meeting that he had several weeks ago at the White House, There wasn't one black farmer at the table. As a matter of fact, there wasn't one black person in the room. And they told me I couldn't attend the White House meeting, something about they were moving away from DEI. I'm talking to you from my farm. There's no DEI on my farm. You know, my cattle eat the same amount of hay. My tractor burns the same amount of diesel fuel, and I have to be able to produce a crop here just like everybody else.
I'm sorry, what? There was a farm meeting at the White House. You tried to go. Were you there physically? Did they turn you away at the door? Or
well, the farm community is a very small community. So people were telling me that there was going to be a farm meeting. And I reached out to the White House to attend, and that's the feedback that they got. In fact, they said they were moving away from the black farmer issue. They were moving away from DEI and the small farmer issue. And they were focusing on large-scale white farmers and corporate farmers because they produce the most food, is what this administration said.
Hey, everybody, it's Tony Robbins.
All right. So you know, I believe that's the brother that's out of Colorado as well. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing him before, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, you know, that brother right there. The White House had an all farmers meeting. He wasn't invited, you know what I'm saying? Because of some DEI, you know, like they just X'd him out of the situation, you know, and some black, they said that some black farmers did get, you know, a little bit of money. Some of them got like 50,000, which does not cover what they have lost. I mean, that's nothing. That's like, you know, you taking somebody's house and you was like, well, here, go buy yourself a pair of new shoes. He give you enough money to go buy a pair of new shoes. You know what I'm saying? But he took your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that make sense? You can't make that make sense because it's evil, tyrannical behavior. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Never put your trust in this beast right here. So, like I said, if I can get another scripture.
Absolutely.
If I can get Ecclesiasticus 12:10.
Never trust thine enemies.
12:10.
Ecclesiasticus 12 and verse 10.
Yes, sir.
Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be aware of him.
Right.
And thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wipest a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away.
Right. Can you read that one more time, sir?
Absolutely. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 11, 12 and 10. 12 and Never 10. Trust thine enemy.
Never trust thy enemy. Who is thy enemy? Thy enemy, that natural born enemy, it's Esau. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, and I'm paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? We've been feuding with each other since the womb. You know what I'm saying? Like we've never been cool with each other. We've never had peace amongst each other. Never. It never will happen neither. You know what I'm saying? Esau has to pay for the crimes that he did, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. He is a diabolical, two-legged, upright, walking beast. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't the only beast. You know what I'm saying? He's just the most subtle beast. You know what I'm saying? The white man is the devil, man. Y'all Christians need to get that in your heads. You know what I'm saying? Stop. You keep listening to people like Jamal Bryant and the other, you know what I'm saying, sassy pansy, you know what I'm saying, Christian preachers, people like, you know what I'm saying, Nasty Nate of the Purple Pigs, you know what I'm saying, IUIC. You got to stop listening to people like that, man, because they ain't got nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make sure that they lead you astray. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be on the straight and narrow, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your enemy is the white man. That is your enemy right there. Never trust thy enemy. Read on.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
So if iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you ain't getting rid of rust, man. Like, it just has to just break off. You know what I'm saying? Like, his wickedness is just continual. You know what I'm saying? It's going to keep going, and rust spreads.
Right.
Rust spreads just like his wickedness. You know what I'm saying? It's like it, sir. Keep reading.
Absolutely. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take.
Though he humbled himself and go crouching, you know what I'm saying? His humbleness is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how white people give you that stupid smile. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be in the workplace, you might be at your slavery, your job, whatever you call it, and they always give you that. I'm not going to do it, but I'm gonna just, something like that. They always give you that stupid smile on their face. You know what I'm saying? To try to hide the fact they are the unaliver of the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is they're crouching down, really. They're crouching down in their appearance. You know what I'm saying? To give you that stupid smile on their face. Slock it, sir.
And beware of him, and thou shalt see unto him. It's like, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
And a looking glass, you know what I'm saying? Beware of him. You know what I'm saying? Be very cautious when you're around this beast. You know what I'm saying? Because anything can happen at any given time. Even if it doesn't even pertain to you, he is a wanted man, man. He got the biggest warrant on the planet. I don't know how a criminal can issue a warrant when his warrant is forever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
the looking glass, you know what I'm saying? That's like when you wipe that off, you know what I'm saying? Then you can clearly see who he is. That stupid smile on his face, that unaliving smile on his face, because that's what he is. You can clearly see it once you wipe that glass off. You know what I'm saying? That looking glass. Salaki.
Absolutely. And thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away.
That's right. His evil has not been wiped away. It's still there, man. You know what I'm saying? The thing in front of you have always been the same, man. You know what I'm saying? It's always been the same. That looking glass. You know what I'm saying? Once you wipe it, you can clearly see that this devil is wicked, man. And he's been wicked. He is wicked, and he's going to be wicked until he's no more. You know what I'm saying? That's Esau for you right there. You know what I'm saying? It was, we coming up on the time. So yeah, so you basically, you got the USDA, you know what I'm saying? The United States Department of Agriculture, they conspired, you know what I'm saying, with European peasants who were sent over here, paid millions not to farm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The USDA was in collaboration with them to get you up off the land from basically what, like 1950 to 1969. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it wasn't really no more. They was just dropping like flies. I mean, that's not a long amount of time for farms to be just done away with. I mean, we had all the farmland over here. You know what I'm saying? Well, we was working them. We was the only ones that worked. You might have a small group of white people that actually work farmland, but who cares? Nobody. They cry about not having enough Mexicans on their farm. Like one of those devils on the TikTok or whatever. He was crying. I don't have nobody to work my land. You know what I'm saying? Devil, you do it. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you hire some of your people that's sitting up in the trailers smoking meth all day? You know what I'm saying? And engaging in the most horrible ancestral, you know what I'm saying, practices, and going outside after that and engaging in bestiality. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what they do in Kentucky and you know what I'm saying, Louisiana and Oklahoma and St. Louis. Yeah, they have sexual in you know what I'm saying, engagements with pigs and goats, everything. You know. Hey,
I
look,
ain't
man.
have my buttons here, man.
Whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things like that. Yeah. So look, Israel, man, look. We up on the time right here. We're gonna cut it short right here. So look, you know, always remember, man, you are better than these heathens. You know what I'm saying? You are better than them. You always have been better than them. But what you need to do to know that you are better than them, you need to come into this truth right here. This is
Right.
West, I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man, under commanding General Yahanna. You need to come in here. If you're a brother, you know what I'm saying, you definitely need to get in here, because if you got a family, your family gonna need some guidance, and you need guidance as well. And you have to learn from the men that will teach you. You can't just make up, you know what I'm saying, a leading lane. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't know what lane, you know what I'm saying, to lead your family in unless you come in here. I'm telling you, you're gonna see. You might think you do now, but you'll see it. You know what I'm saying? And we got that answer for you and your rib and your children and your mother and father, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But and with that, you know, I'd like to thank the whole family who tuned in tonight, man. We're gonna pass the class over to Officer. Watch it.
All right, security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street under Commander General Yahanna. So I get 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. New rules from brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shut themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find it in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation is the Lord's 57th annual Passover, which is going to be in Houston, Texas, at the B&H Ranch. The festivities is going to be all week long from April 1st to April 5th. First is going to be the lamb slaughter. Then we're going to have, followed by the next day is going to be General Muhammad's scripture breakdown. All this is going to be happening at the B&H Ranch. Then we'll have the all-black party. Then we'll have the Passover at the B&H Ranch. And the following day, which will be the 5th, April 5th, will be the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And that's going to be all at the B&H Ranch. Your Passover fee, which is $200, is going to cover every single thing that I just mentioned. All right. You know, so there's going to be festivities on the ranch, in and around the ranch and all that stuff. $200, everybody 17 years of age and older is going to be $200, and all that stuff pays for your all the events. All right. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be the first day, you know, it's going to be a 3-point shootout. It's going to be an archery contest. Is you know what I'm saying? I think it's a horse ride, a pony ride or something like that is going to be over there. Some basketball is going to be played. You know what I'm saying? You can get down and do the, the east side. What's it called? The south side. My bad. Slovakia, Houston. Get down and do the south side. You know what I'm saying? You got anything to add?
I just say, look, you know, pray that our people, you know what I'm saying, come into this body, man, because this is a very vital time right now. Like we in the Third World War now. All the prophecies are coming now. You know what I'm saying? What Commander General Yahanna been prophesying for a long time. It's here now, man. I mean, we literally at the front door of it now. I mean, literally. You see what's going on. North Korea about to jump in this. Marine troops is on the ground. You know what I'm saying? The Middle East is just the whole. Iran is just infecting the whole region because U.S. and Israel is just, you know what I'm saying, the Israelis is just bombing them to piss, you know what I'm saying? But they still fighting back too. That's another lie. Donald Trump keeps saying that they all gone. They're not all gone yet. This World War III, man.
Right.
Right.
Right. Absolutely. Remind Akim and Aquathim to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headbands, a scarf. And with that, I say Amijin, which means to stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel, Amijin Shabbat, Amijin, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatha.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatha.
Yajamata, class dismissed.